It's that time again as Monarch Radio brings you back to those golden days before television, when radio was the main source of family entertainment in the home. Stay tuned for another one of those drama or comedy episodes from way back when, as performed by the Monarch old-time radio players.
Fibber McGee and Molly became one of American radio top comedy shows in the 1940s. It starred Jim and Marion Jordan, a real-life married couple working in radio since the 1920s, playing the role of a middle America husband and wife living at 79 Wistful Vista. Their community included a host of characters played by famous actors such as Harold Perry, Gail Gordon, and Bill Thompson, who played multiple roles on the same broadcast. A typical airing featured 5 to 8 other actors besides the Jordans in the 30-minute episodes. Their standalone series ran from 1935 to 1956 and was also adapted to a string of movies. Much of the show's humor relied on running gags with retold punchlines that sometimes popped up here and there for years. One of those featured McGee's closet, which was always errantly opened and resulted in falling bric-a-brac clattering down in a horrendous clamor, with McGee saying, "I gotta get that closet cleaned out one of these days." Each episode also featured an appearance by announcer Harlow Wilcox, whose job it was to weave in an ad for the sponsor into the plot without having to break the show for a real commercial. Fibber usually met Wilcox's sales pitch with groans or humorously sarcastic lines. This morning, Monarch Radio is pleased to present its recreation of one of the Fibber McGee and Molly episodes entitled Fibber Tries to Learn Piano from January 21st, 1941. The Johnson Wax Program with Fibber McGee and Molly. The McGees attended a piano concert last night, and since then our hero has been in an artistic daze. The idea of learning piano has opened new and even more wistful vistas to him. And here, on their way to the music store to arrange for piano lessons, we find Fibber McGee and Molly.
I bet I'll be pretty popular at parodies when I get so I can really slap a Steinway around.
Oh, you thought you'd be pretty good at popular picnics when you took up the mandolin, too.
Well,
but who was it that was always sent back home for more potato salad?
Well, piano's different. It's got class.
Do you realize what it's going to cost you to take piano lessons?
It ain't going to cost anything. What I save on barbers will pay for the lessons.
How so?
Did you ever see a musician with a haircut? Come on, here's the music store.
Yes, sir. Something musical instruments, sir? We're having a special today on sweet potatoes. $1.95 and 2 1/4 of gravy.
Does this store arrange for piano lessons, bud?
We'll have to sample new pianos, sir.
Well, we could use one. What you got in the way of pianos, bud?
Stools. But we can move them to one side if you don't mind standing up to play.
Oh, look, McGee, we're not buying any new piano. We haven't paid for the one we got yet.
Okay. Look, bud, how about a book on piano playing for beginners?
Certainly, sir. Here's one right here entitled Canadas for the Kiddies, or How to Make a Louse Out of Strauss.
Wrap it up.
Oh, but McGee, that's for children. You don't want to.
Oh, I ain't proud. I got to start at the very beginning, ain't I? I don't expect to be on a par with Fritz Kreisler overnight.
Kreisler is a violinist, sir.
Don't he play piano?
No, sir.
Oh, then I am on a par with Kreisler. That's encouraging.
Well, you're also on par with Gene Autry's horse. He can't play the piano either.
Here's your book, sir. $2.
Okay, bud. Here you are.
Thank you. And I sincerely hope, sir, that you'll get along nicely with your music. I am myself by way of being a composer, you know.
Oh, how interesting. What have you composed?
I wrote an impressionistic little thing for string ensembles. It was a descriptive piece about a man waiting outside a maternity ward.
Kind of a cute idea, bud. What'd you call it?
Hubby Lobby. Well, good luck, sir, with the lessons.
You know, Molly, I got a feeling this marks a turning point in my life.
You've had so many turning points, you'll soon be known as Whirling Fibber McGee.
Well, hello there, daughter. Hello, Johnny. What you doing?
McGee just decided to take piano lessons, Mr. Old-Timer.
That's so. I come from a musical family myself, kids. Papa was a surgeon, and just to relax, he used to play tunes on his saw.
Well, bet his patients love that.
Well, we'll never know. Trees don't talk.
Oh, he was a tree surgeon.
Yep. Spent 4 years as an intern at the lumberyard.
I had a cousin that was a tree surgeon, specialized in optical work on bird's eye maple.
That's pretty good, Johnny. But that ain't the way I heard it. The way I heard it, you play any instruments, Johnny?
Used to. When I was wooing Molly here, I used to play the mandolin on canoe rides, but she made me give it up.
What for, daughter?
Because I got tired of doing all the paddling, that's why.
Oh, that's pretty good too, daughter. But that ain't the way I... Oh, by the way, do you read music, Johnny?
I did once, and I can pick it up again pretty fast. Why, when I was a kid, I studied for a long, long time under the famous Professor Ware. Long Underwear McGee, I was known as in them days.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that's pretty good, Johnny. But that's not...
Long Underwear McGee, the mighty muck-a-muck of the metronome, making mugs of the mediocre musical mutts muddling through a mess of monotonous medleys, making millions marvel at the minor melodies made into magnificent masterpieces by the miraculous movements of me magic mitts. Miffin many a maestro as I'd modulated from March Militaire to Minuet in G. And that's the story of Long Underwear McGee.
Heavenly days, McGee. Can't you give that tired old piano a rest? I've had 3 phone calls from the neighbors complaining about the noise.
Well, can't stop now, Molly. I'm just getting the hang of it.
Oh. Getting the hang of it? It'll be years before you can even play chopsticks without getting a nasty note from the Chinese ambassador.
Oh, I don't know. I'm catching on pretty fast. Only thing that bothers me is these pedals underneath. I don't know which is the brake and which is the clutch. Maybe if I...
Oh, McGee, Mrs. Uppington is at the door.
She would be. Well, give the old war horse some hay and slap her into a stall.
Hush. After all, she's the one that gave us the tickets to the concert. Oh, come in, Abigail.
How do you do, my dear? And how do you do, Mr. McGee? Well, I didn't know you were a pianist, Mr. McGee.
Didn't ye? Honest, Uppy? Shucks.
And I dearly love piano music. Tell me, do you know Schubert's Unfinished Symphony?
No, I don't, Uppy. I started to add that to my repertoire once, and then I thought, shucks, I thought, why learn that till it's finished? Then I can play the whole thing. So I never...
Oh, how amusing. I studied the piano once myself, you know. My instructor always said the nicest things about my contrapuntal bravura.
Did you slap his sassy face, Abigail?
Oh, Mrs. McGee.
What do you have to say about your piano playing, Uppy?
Oh, I was a very brilliant pupil. I won scholarship after scholarship. The minute I would enter one conservatory, they would give me a scholarship and then send me somewhere else. It was a very broadening experience.
Yes, so I see. I always said they made those piano stools too narrow. Incidentally, Abigail, we want to thank you for your ticket to the concert. We enjoyed every minute of it.
Yeah, though personally, I thought the guy was pretty high hat, Uppy. In one number, when he got pretty good, I tossed 4 bits up on the stage, and all I got was a dirty look.
Well, I hope you get along nicely with your practicing, Mr. McGee. May I try your piano?
Sure, go ahead, Uppy. Though it ain't in very good shape. We used it so little, some of the keys have turned black.
Let me see now. Oh, yes.
Heavenly days, McGee. She can give you the lost chord with knots in it.
Pretty good, Uppy. What's the name of that number?
That was a little folk song I picked up in Brittany, Mr. McGee. It's called Frappe-moi, mon père, oui à la mesure.
Meaning what?
Beat me, Daddy, 8 to the bar. Well, so glad you enjoyed the concert. Goodbye.
And you were going to show her how to play the piano.
You wait. I'll show you. Wait till me teacher gets here.
Your teacher?
Yep. I looked up a piano teacher in the classified directory. She ought to be here any minute. Hey, Molly, what's an octave?
An octave is 8 notes.
'Tis?
Yes. Remember that dirty octave we got from the piano company last month?
Hey, Molly, I was just passing by when I heard you dusting the piano, so I thought I'd drop in and suggest that a little Johnson's wax would.
I wasn't dusting the piano, Mr. Wilcox.
That was me, Harlow. I was practicing me piano lesson.
You? Taking piano lessons?
Well, laugh if you wanna, but I started this and I'm going through with it.
Well, let me know if you get stuck on any of the technicalities.
Why, Mr. Wilcox, are you a musician?
Well, in a way, I'm an expert in domestic harmony. For instance, I keep harping on the fact that housework is much less trouble if you take sharp measures in your flat to bar dust and dirt with Johnson's wax. Johnson's wax gives you, as a matter of course, the key to a better scale of living. So go over to your nearest dealers and see the man at the counter point to Johnson's wax as the major product of its kind. Duet today.
Heavenly days. Do you know what you deserve for a sales talk like that?
Sure, but it won't hurt because I have a pillow stuffed in my pants. See?
Boy, you saw that coming, eh?
Yeah, I call that my pun cushion. Well, see you later, folks.
See the man at the counter point to Johnson's wax. As the barber says to the guy just getting air to the chair, what'll he think of next? Ain't this a panic, Molly? Here we've had this piano all this time, and I never knew till now that I was a musician.
Well, that's nothing. My grandfather was 80 years old before he discovered he was an octogenarian.
1, 2, 3, 5, 4. Oh, I thought he ate meat. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.5. Dad, rat it.
Now what's the matter?
Me thumbs. They're too short. Maybe if I put timbals on them, they'd...
Oh, I hope that isn't another neighbor to complain about your practicing. Come in.
Excuse it, please, but is it Mr. McGee living here?
Oh, you betcha, sis. I'm him.
I'm the teacher. You were calling me up some music lessons?
Oh, yes. Come right in, dearie. Here's your little pupil right here. Pupil, here's teacher.
Oh, yeah, sis. Let's get started right away. What do you say?
Cointently. What kind of piano are you wishing to learn, please? Classic, jittlbugging, conservative, or boogie-woogie?
All of them. I want to be a finished pianist as soon as possible.
That's funny. That's exactly what I want you to be.
Please, Molly. You ain't got the right attitude about this. Here I'm about to bring art and culture into our drab lives, and what do you do?
Oh, I just stand around here like little Audrey and laugh and laugh and laugh.
Okay. But I say I'm going to learn piano, and I'm going through with it. Now, look, sis. What's your name?
My married name is being High Water.
And what's your first name, dearie?
Helen.
Oh, I see. And I'm going to learn piano in spite of it. Now, come on, sis. Teach.
Importantly, first is sitting on the piano stool, relaxed.
Don't go to sleep, dearie. Just relax.
Then is placing the fingers on the keys like this. My, such interesting hands you got yet.
What you mean, sis?
I am also being a fortune teller, Mr. McGee. From the lines on the hands, I am telling you are past, present, and future. For instance, from this line here, I am seeing that you are neutrally very domesticated.
She's wonderful, McGee. That's where you cut yourself with the can opener.
Go on, sis. What else do my hands say?
It's looking like bad news. There is something about the financial difficulty in the near future.
There is, huh? Shucks. That won't be any... Hey, incidentally, how much you charge for piano lessons?
$20 per half hour.
Oh, heavenly days! Why, that's ridiculous.
Oh, no, you don't, sis. That's too much. I won't pay it. Sorry you had your visit for nothing, but the deal's off.
Shall I call you a taxi cab?
Thank you. No. My taxi is waiting outside. I told him I'd be right out.
What? How'd you know?
I told my own fortune before I left home. Goodbye.
Dad ratted?
Did you have this much trouble learning the mandolin?
Oh, I should say not. When I took up the study of mandolin, I sat at the feet of one of the great masters.
And what did he do?
He kicked me. So I taught myself. Just look, I'm going to teach myself the piano.
Now look here, McGee, what's the idea of irritating the whole darn neighborhood with your rum-titty-bum?
I ain't going rum-titty-bum. All I was doing is...
Stop it, for goodness sake. Oh, this eternal do-re-mi has me frantic.
You mean this?
Hey, it's Mr. Gildersleeve.
Oh, well, I'm a music lover.
You, a music lover? Ha, ha, ha. That's a laugh, Gildersleeve. Why, you wouldn't know the old oaken bucket if somebody stuck your head in it. And I think they oughta.
Is that so?
Yeah, that's so.
You're a haired man, McGee. And by George, this time you've gone too darn far.
Well, he knows the way back.
You've trifled with me once too often, McGee. If I had a tape measure, I'd beat you within an inch of your life.
Yeah? Well, don't get gay with me, you big blimp, or I'll let you have it. And between you and me, you could use a little.
A little what?
A little it.
Boys, let's not quarrel. McGee's piano studies won't last long, Mr. Gildersleeve. It's just a passing fancy of his.
There's never no such thing. I've started learning piano, and I'm going true with it.
Look, little chum, let's get together on this.
Okay, Gildy, let's get together. You sit next to me, and we'll both go...
No, stop it. What I mean was, can't we make a deal? How about selling me the piano? I'll pay the price that isn't downright fantastic.
Oh, we can't sell it, Mr. Gildersleeve. It isn't ours.
Whose is it?
Wistful Vista Piano Company's. Still owe a few back payments on it.
Back payments, huh? Very interesting. Matter of fact, the president of the piano company is a very good friend of mine. Yes, indeed. Well, if you'll excuse me, I have to go see a man about a dog.
So long, Gildy.
Goodbye, Fido.
Guido? What do you mean by that?
Well, search me, dearie, but look, now that you've begun to use the piano, hadn't you better finish paying for it?
Oh, they ain't gonna make trouble after all these years. But maybe I better call them up and straighten it out. Give me the phone.
Here.
Thanks. Hello, operator. Give me Wistful Vista. Oh, is that you, Mert? Give me Wistful Vista 9999. Will you, Mert? Thanks. Hello? Is this 9999? Eh? What number is it? Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, Mert, what's the matter with you? I called 9999 and you give me 6666. Eh? Oh, I see. Well, never mind. Thanks anyway.
Well, how'd she happen to give you 6666 instead of 9999, McGee?
She says they got her so busy she's standing on her head. Well, I better get on with me practicing. Well, as Fibber McGee says, when he heard somebody knocking at the door, "Who's that?"
Search me. Come in.
We're from the Wistful Vista Piano Company, Doc. We come for the piano.
It's repossessed, buddy.
Oh, now, wait a minute, fellas. You can't do this to me. A friend of mine is a good friend of the president of the piano company. He was going to speak to him about them back payments.
He did.
Uh-oh.
Gildersleeve. Why, that dirty... Now, look, fellas. I'm studying how to play this thing, see? You don't want me to grow up in ignorance of the finer things in life, do you? You don't want to stunt my character by denying me the cultural advantages of...
Grab that end of the box, Charlie. That's it.
Hey, it won't go through that door. How do we get it in here?
Well, we've had the door weather stripped since we bought the piano, boys. You can't get it out without damaging the door.
And if you make one mark on that door, I'll sue the piano company for plenty. See?
He's got us, Charlie.
Oh, no, he ain't, Percy. That's a big window over there. We can get it out of that window. Open it up.
Hold up your hand.
Well, there goes your musical career, dearie. Right out the window.
Oh, yeah? They can't do this to me. Drop that piano, you big palookas. Arch! I didn't say on me foot.
Easy now, Charlie. We'll go through the window, okay?
I got it, Percy.
Oh, no, you don't. If you take that piano out of here, you'll have to take me with it.
Okay.
It's a deal.
McGee, let go of that piano. You can't go. McGee, are you hurt, darling?
No, I guess not. Give me a hand back through the window, will you? Ah, dad ratted.
Oh, McGee, I'm proud of you.
You mean for putting up a fight for that piano?
No, for your musical persistence.
What you mean?
Hey, you said you were going to go through with it, and you did.
Oh, pshaw. I told you, Molly, it takes more than a guy like Gildersleeve to get to the best of a McGee.
I'll say it does, dearie.
Yes, sir.
Pardon me, sir. You'll have to leave now.
Why?
The Wistful Vista Piano Company warehouse always closes at 6.
Oh, okay, bud. Good night.
Good night, all.
This morning's episode of Fibber McGee and Molly starred yours truly, Charles Davis, as Harlow Wilcox, Charlie Pellissier as Fibber, Patty Haynes as Molly, Bob Jepson as Man, Mike Stevens as Old Timer and Man number 2, Judy Richards as Mrs. Uppington, Karen Steves as Helen Highwater, and Bill Steves as Mr. Gildersleeve. This recreation was recorded and edited by Judy Katz and directed by Howard Wishner. Sound effects and music were provided by Howard Wishner using aired portions of a similar episode, along with the sound effects from freesfx.co.uk. Casting and script selection were provided by Maureen Wishner.